just last week, we announced that we have the largest fleet of plug-in hybrids in the United States of America. And I was very proud of that. And I looked forward, I went down to the press conference, and it was in a small garage. I said, well, where are all the plug-in hybrids? They said, they're all here. I said, but it's the largest fleet in the United States of America. And I said, and it was a guy, I think his name was Pat's Garage, down there in Bayview, Hunters Point. And he'd been there for 25 years. And in the corner, there were 3 cars, trumping Los Angeles fleet of 2 plug-in hybrids. My point is, all the exuberance in the world, and then I see it, I go, well, okay, not there yet. Great idea. And by the way, I said it then, and I believe it, that plug-in hybrids are the game changer. Municipal is great, but that's a few percentage points of the problem. You're not even in the margin of error. You can get serious, you got to get to the private sector. So we're saying anyone that's developing a residential or commercial building in San Francisco, you're going to have LEED certification. You're going to go up to LEED Gold in just a few years. We phase it in. Even remodels, we require LEED certification if you're going to do a big remodel. We said, well, that's not necessarily doing it, so how do we drive this further? Well, San Francisco is poised to become the first city in the United States of America to get rid of its payroll tax and replace it with a new carbon tax, a revenue-neutral carbon tax. Because everyone's been talking about this, it seems like, for years. No one has done it. And we're about to do it. We're increasing our utility users tax, collecting the money on the increase, and decreasing the payroll tax by an equivalent amount. Anyone who thinks these big cafe standards is something to jump up and down, give me a break. So you're saying we're going to phase in, these are my Democrat and Republican friends, hey, look at these cafes, we got them up to 30, 35 miles an hour. By 2000. Meanwhile, China's where? Today? Boy, we'll finally get ahead of China in 5 or 6 years. That's amazing leadership, this federal level. We're playing in the margins. I can't believe Democrats and Republicans, give me a break. There's so much more we can do. I'm sorry to preach, and I'll stop in just one moment. But I'm pretty intense about this, that you should demand real leadership on the environment, not this marginal rhetoric. If I hear of another mayor of another city roll out their global climate action plan to roll back CO2 emissions 20% below 1990 levels by 2012, boy, you should just walk right out of the room. That's just some staged PR event. Every single city wants to go, okay, we'll do 25% below 1990 levels by 2012. We are leading the nation, they say. Well, what are you doing? And how do you measure your CO2 emissions? Are you measuring just your municipal emissions? What about the private sector? How do you quantify that? Where's the third-party validation? I don't believe any of these numbers. Don't ever believe politicians when it comes to environmental numbers. Verify. I won't even, as Reagan said, trust, but verify. I'm not even sure I'd start with the trust. Because I've seen a lot of the numbers I spewed out years ago, and I realized they were all made up. So it's time to get serious. It's time to get more intense. It's time to continue our passion and action. It's time to continue to rally around the cause that brought you here together. I am immeasurably grateful, and I will officially close by just thanking you again for your leadership and your example. Hold your elected officials accountable to results, not rhetoric. Get us to help you drive the markets in these technologies. Demand a higher level of performance. Don't allow us to play in the margins any longer. I'm honored that you are here participating in the world that we are collectively trying to build. Yes, you will make money, but you also will change lives. And at the end of the day, there's nobility and purpose. And for that, I thank you for the purpose demonstrated here today. In the Cleantech Group, we thank you all very much for taking the time. Thank you. Bye-bye.